Hi, my name is Andre, and this is Highland Planning's first vlog. I'm a planner here at Highland Planning, and this is my contribution to our blog series on our core values. Last month we did our first one with honor people, and this month's core value is go to them. So we'll talk a little bit about what that means to us and why we think it's important. First of all, what does go to them mean? I mean, go to them for us is something physical, something intellectual, something emotional. You know, we always love to show up in person where people are, the people who are going to be affected by the decisions that we make in our projects. Obviously, during the pandemic, we can't show up as much as we would like, but you know, when things like this aren't going on, we love to show up at farmers markets, stand on streets where we're involved in redesigns and talk to people walking by, show up in community centers and talk to people. It's really important, I think, to get out to people and talk to the people who are not the usual suspects, not the people who are always going to show up to every public meeting, but the kind of people who are just living in their neighborhood and may not even know that there's a project going on or that there's planning going on for changes to their community. But also, in addition to the kind of physical showing up in person that we really like to do, we have to come to people and go to people where they're at intellectually. We need to make sure that we aren't using lots of jargon. It's very important to us not to speak very jargony planner language or engineer language when we're talking about something. We want to make sure that people understand exactly what we're talking about, understand the changes that we're proposing, that it's, you know, even when it's not coming from us, you know, that we collaborate with people in their community who speak their language, whether that be Spanish, English, whatever language they're most familiar with, or people that speak their language culturally, and that can really engage with those communities in culturally sensitive, culturally intelligent ways. So we want to make sure we're doing that. The third thing is really to come to people emotionally. We want to meet people where they are emotionally and not just expect them to come to us. We don't want to say, you need to deal with your stress about a project and then come to us and tell us, you know, in a calm way what your opinions are, when obviously when you're proposing changes to people's neighborhoods, proposing changes to things that affect people's lives, they can have lots of emotions about that. And so we think it's important to come to them where they are in their emotions and say, hey, you know, let's talk. I can see that there's fear in this community over these changes. There's mistrust about changes that have been made in the past. Let's talk about what our goals are, what your goals are for your community, and how we can bring those things together. And so we really want to come to people in all those different ways, physically, mentally, emotionally, to make sure that we are not expecting people to go to us. And we really think that that's a part of honoring people. It really connects to honoring people, our primary first core value there, that you honor people by going to them with your plans, with your ideas, and asking them what they think. You know, something that we talk about a lot in Highland Planning is risk assessment. And we always think it's a big risk not to go to them, not to go to people, because in reality, the public always has the final say. The public always has a veto option. And you've seen that a lot because people are exercising that now by going out and protesting things that are going on in their communities. But we don't want people to have to get to the point where they need to take time out of their day to come to us on the streets, to come to their government on the streets and protest because they don't like a decision that's been made, but rather by going to them in the first place and talking to them before decisions are made, we're able to save everyone time and effort and money, save everyone emotional work and trust as well, so that we're able to reduce the risk to a project, reduce the risk to a client, but also reduce the risk to the community, so that the decisions that are made really are representative of their views and representative of their goals for their own community. So, you know, that's really what's important to us, going to them mentally, physically, emotionally, and making sure that they can be involved in such a way that it really reduces risk to all these different projects that we're working on. So we'd really love to hear what you think. Give us your comments on Facebook, on YouTube, and let us know what you think about how we go to them. And if you want to learn more, you can always go to our website, highland-planning.com. Thank you so much for joining me.